Hi, good
Oh,
afternoon. I'm Valerie Milano, the senior editor of the Hollywood Times and
pleasure to meet you.
Inspiring Magazine. Thank you, Connor, so much
Yeah, my pleasure.
for taking the time. I've already spoken with Kat and also with Adam, so I've got a leg up or two. And I've also seen the film, so I
Great.
wanted to let you know that right up front. Um, so what was it like stepping into this offbeat cosmic world? Did the tone or visual style of the film influence the way you approached your performance?
Um, I think tonally for sure, because Adam had created, despite the the plot that revolves around things that are not of this world, created an incredibly human story and human characters. So the tone being that, he's pretty deeply committed to authenticity, and I think that certainly influenced the way we all approached it. I just, as we realized that we were working with people and following a vision of someone who really, despite the plot, wanted to stick with authentic humanity, and that the story in and of itself winds up being about that humanity, I think, and how we deal with each other because we're all trapped on this earth with each other.
Was there a particular scene that challenged you or that you were especially excited to shoot?
I did, the scene where Justin confronts the immigrant family, and just acts like a wretched person. I wasn't excited for that. That was certainly challenging, just because it's, even though it's all pretend, it's still really hard to be, even if you're play acting, cruel to people. I think, and it's hard to have other people who are really talented look at you with fear and with sadness and disappointment, and it's hard to see that in people's eyes. So that, that was something that was challenging, and that I didn't enjoy doing, especially because it involves a little girl. It would be hard enough with just Eddie, but with him and his daughter, like that, it's just hard to yell at a child. um, uh, Except as an actor. In my private life, yelling at children is super fun, but as an actor, it's very difficult. So yeah, that was challenging. And I think, just honestly, as the film got more challenging as it went, because the more time I spent with Kat and McCabe, the more I really fell in love with them as people. So to play a character who wasn't getting along with them, and who they, whether it's McCabe, who like never likes Justin, to Kat, who starts kind of liking Justin and then very quickly just really doesn't want to be around him anymore. That was just hard, to lose my friends every time we were on set, more or less.
Sort of on that note, any memorable or unexpected moments on the set that made you laugh or made you pause?
A ton, yeah. McCabe is very funny, and I think the he made me laugh a bunch of times, and we had moments of just fucking around with each other, or and even though, again, the characters are pretty antagonistic towards each other, I found, it's always so exciting, and I've been really lucky in my life and in the work I've done to work with just really talented people, and it's always really exciting the first time you start playing scenes out with the other actors and you realize, like, oh good, they're really good at this. That's always such a wonderful thing, because then you just don't have to work as hard, and that's great. Nobody likes to work hard. So that's always, maybe not surprising, but it is always a pleasant surprise to just start working with people and to immediately recognize, like, oh, they're really good.
Are
So
you in Los Angeles? Unrelated. Are you in Los Angeles right now or
Mhm.
where?
Yeah, I'm in
Okay.
LA.
Okay. I usually live in LA. I'm just in Palm Springs, so
Oh, gotcha.
you ask me
Cool.
why, but it might have something to do with a couple of things. Um, is there a specific feeling or message that you would want to want the viewer to think about after?
Yeah, I think hopefully a feeling of feeling less alone in their own struggle to find identity, to be seen, and hopefully less frightened of other people who might, whether it's a character like Taylor who have made life choices that you might judge, or again that might scare you because of his struggles with addiction, or characters like Ricardo who you may have been propagandized or lied into believing are a threat to you, or who want to do you harm, or somehow will detract from your life, and hopefully seeing them as just people who are also trying to be loved and to be safe and to take care of the people closest to them, and who of course wish you no harm and are not a threat to you, and if anything will make your life richer and more beautiful, by getting to know them and sharing space with them, as those characters learn. And I've always felt, I guess without getting too much into it or giving too much away, what Justin winds up missing out on because of his own ignorance and xenophobia and racism and stupidity, and fear, what he winds up missing out on, I think is something that would have been something that he remembered as like a formative positive experience for the rest of his life, and he loses that, because of his own fear and bigotry. And I think there's a big lesson in that, because I think what Claire and what Taylor get to experience is a pretty beautiful thing by the end of that film.
Great, I agree. Connor, I know you played a wide range of roles in your career. This is a two-part question. How does Star People compare to some of your past projects? And as an actor, do you gravitate toward more experimental or unconventional stories like this one? Like, what excites you creatively these days?
I think so. Yeah, I'm just really interested in working with storytellers who just really give a shit, and most people do. But I think the big difference between filmmakers can be like, do you want to make something good first, or do you want to make something successful first? And it's like, well, I want to make something successful and I hope it's good. Or do I want to make something good and I hope it's successful? And I'd always rather work with the latter of like, I want to make something good and then we'll just hope other people pay for it or like it or celebrate it. But even if no one does, we can still sit with the fact that we made something good, and or even if it's not good, because sometimes things don't wind up working. It's something that we at least put everything into and we tried. And sometimes you try really hard and it doesn't work out, and I think that's okay. So I just want to work with people who are willing to fail, because most films are really hard to make. A lot of them don't turn out well. So if you know that, 7 times out of 10, the boat's gonna sink, then I'd just rather be with people who were like really trying to get somewhere. You know, if we're gonna go down, at least we can go down swinging, as as Fallout Boy famously said. But so yeah, and I think I Justin is just different in the sense that like I think I've played a lot of characters who are pretty intentional about what they do, whether for good or for bad. They have sort of a philosophy and they're self-aware. And Justin isn't. Justin's a very reactive character. Justin doesn't have a strong sense of self. He's searching for one, but he doesn't have one. And he doesn't have like a guiding philosophy and is not intentional about what he does. So I was sort of drawn to that because it's a different experience to play someone who's like very unmoored and doesn't really have a center. Again, a lot of the characters that I've played, whether or not they're struggling or good or bad, they have a pretty clear idea of who they are and who they want to be. Justin doesn't, so he's stuck out for those reasons.
You. Just one last one for fun. We know that this was about the story of the Phoenix Light in the 70s. Um, who would have played your character from the 70s?
From the 70s. Um,
Where were you even born? I mean, no.
I was not born, but I certainly know actors from the 70s. Oh, I'm trying to think of like who would in the 70s would play a really good Justin. I mean, I can't say anything that isn't me just being like, I would love to see Jack Lemmon play Justin, you know? I don't know what that would look like, but it would really excite me.
Love that. And I'm sorry, that was my bad. It was the 90s, the
No,
Phoenix.
it's fine. Yeah,
So,
but we can
yeah.
go for the 70s. If we're going to the 90s, then give me Keanu. Although Keanu's just so nice. Yeah, so I'd love to see him play Justin. I think that would be fun. And if not Keanu, then Swayze. I promise I'm not just rattling off the Point Break cast. Yeah, if it's Keanu, then Swayze.
Wonderful. Well, it was really nice to meet you virtually. How can our readers and our viewers find out more about you or the things you're doing? A website or social media? What's the best way?
I don't know. I have a social media, but good luck trying to find out what I'm up to on that. That's the worst thing you could do. I have no idea. Yeah, it's something I'm not good at. Uh, it's maybe that was also an interesting thing about Justin is someone who's so concerned with self-promotion because it's something that I'm a not particularly comfortable with and b like just objectively bad at. So I hope they see Star People, and then the internet has many rabbit holes. Find a Reddit thread about me, I guess, and explore that. Hopefully, it's nice.
You're cool. I like you a lot.
Thank you.
We're the Hollywood Times today and aspiringmagazine.com. Our YouTube channel is the Hollywood Times Official. And I'm not a big social media person either, but I had to throw that out there.
I know, I
Um,
understand.
Thank you so much, Connor,
Oh,
and keep up the
thank
great
you.
work and good luck with the film. I know it's
I appreciate that. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you.
all right.